So I'm walking on Grace Street Pier. This is the Ben Franklin Bridge over here, which stretches over to New Jersey. And directly across from Philadelphia, on the other side of the Delaware River, this is the Delaware River, is Camden. So Camden, New Jersey, they have a little concert hall over there, like a concert venue outdoors. You know, it's good for like Fish concerts or Grateful Dead or what have you. But Camden has its fair share of issues, so we'll leave it at that. And of course, if you were to keep heading that way east, eventually you would, get on the thoroughfare to go down to the Jersey beaches or Jersey Shore, where Trump was yesterday, Cape May, and Wildwood. So now it's May, so we'll just say it's the month of May. And the news found someone who had like a Superman outfit on, but with a T instead of an S. Here comes like a tugboat or what have you with a big M on it. And sorry, the camera is a little bit puts it off in the distance, so I don't know what it'll look like on the once we get the video up. The Walt Whitman Bridge is way down there. Right, that's the Walt Whitman Bridge. And then this is the Ben Franklin Bridge. So Trump was in New Jersey, Cape May, and Wildwood. So wood comes up all the time, just the word wood. We won't get into it, but anyway, there you go. Wondering who's wild and so forth and so on. Or what the message is if people were to speak a certain language, which is highly indirect. It could be interpreted 50 million ways, that's the issue, but there are people who suppose that it all means something, but Cape May. Or does he need like a Superman to get through this month with all the trials and stuff? So Ben Franklin Bridge, in person, this looks incredibly huge. It's, boggles the mind how this was built back in the day when it was built. The Ray Street Pier is more modern. This thing that I'm walking on now, this was done about 15 years ago or so. I know I practiced yoga out here 20 years ago. It seems like more modern than that, but the bridge, of course, was built eons ago. And it's just unbelievable to think like how it was done or who knew how to do it back in the day. And we have all these photos of, the old classic photo, which can be remade in New York, I think is on the High Line. I was walking on the High Line, or no, I'm sorry, I saw it online. But in New York City, you can do a simulation or whatever of that photo of all the guys, all the workers, construction workers, having a lunch break on a beam suspended in the sky on the building of a high-rise building. So you can get a photo as if you're one of those people, it's like 8 to 10 guys sitting on a beam suspended in the air eating lunch. And you think like, can you imagine yourself in that position? How is it done? So unless people are handled, dare I say puppeted, but it's not a pretty word, but there are people who somehow they just do it. Didn't even worry about falling, didn't have that queasy feeling, fear of heights. They just do it because it's almost as if the giants or the powers that be can just take it out of the brain real quick, get this job done, and these people will be in this job role. See how what if our brain has little cartridges or slides, and you turn that off or put this in, take this out, because most people cannot fathom doing that type of work. Most people would be like, are you kidding? No way, I don't want to fall off this. How high does that peak go? So what is it? And they don't get paid that. So they do these days. It's a high-risk job, but still, it's a blue-collar job. You see what I mean? It's not academic. So what's the difference? You know what I mean? Technically, they're not necessarily revered in society as So here we go. The Ben Franklin Bridge. That's the base of it. So I'm walking along Delaware Avenue, the Delaware River. Yesterday I was on the Schuylkill River, which is hard to spell every single time. You have to really think about it. This is Delaware Avenue, and it changes to Columbus Avenue. So this major thoroughfare and stretch, which runs north and south and is often traded up for I-95 when people come into the city. Basically I-95 is over there, that and runs north and south. People get on and off and all that stuff. But this is Delaware River and Delaware Avenue. Columbus Boulevard, I think it switches up all the way up by Shakamaxon and all the way up in Northern Liberties, or abbreviated No Libs. So No Libs. So one would wonder, like, no liberals or no liberties, or what do they mean by, that's a total joke in the city, because the people who live there, are pretty liberal. You have to go to certain sections of the city to find non-liberals. So it's just, I don't know, it's just the way it is. Of course, a lot of people are in the middle or flexible on particular issues. So some issues someone might be liberal on. It's all based on personal experience, or